When is the last time you tended to your garden? No, not your fruits and vegetables. The garden that is your social media presence. Break out those hedge trimmers. Hello and welcome to another Podcast Pontifications with me, Evo Terra. Happy Halloween 2019 as this is being recorded. We're not talking about Halloween. We're continuing the conversation, which I should have called Cleanup on Aisle 7. Things you can do to make your podcasting better right before I take a long winter's break. Today, specifically, I want to talk about cleaning up that social media cesspool that your grandparents are always talking about. No, actually, I do want to talk about social media and how you can clean things up a bit. Because as a working podcaster, chances are you have found that having a large and engaged social media following and being active on social media tends to help your podcast, tends to help you as a podcaster. Like, we get it. It's social. Social media has been around for, by the way, in case you don't know this, podcasting predates social media. At least podcasting predates today's crop of social media. Yeah. Dig into that if you want to prove me wrong, but no Twitter, no YouTube, and Facebook was only available to students when podcasting dropped. I remember. I was there. But social media is a powerful tool, and we use it a lot. I still use it a lot. When I find out about a show like you, I pull up my podcast app and I go check out that show. But when I want more information, especially about the people that produce shows, whose voices are on those shows, I tend to turn to social media first. Now, I don't care which your particular social media tool of choice is. It doesn't really matter. Mine happens to be Twitter. Yours can be whatever it needs to be. Everything I want to talk about today is property agnostic. But what I would like for you to do today, if you can, and if not, by the weekend, set yourself a to-do list for this. I want you to clean up your social media. Now, I really don't care about what you post. I have talked previously about making sure that you're not going too far down any one crazy rabbit hole, because who knows what might happen because you are representing yourself in social media. No. I'm not talking about that. But if you are like most people out there, you have set up your social media account or your accounts, if you have plural, and you probably do have plural, and you probably haven't touched things in a while. That picture of you from 2006, Dave Jackson. It's been a while since you looked that way. I'm not specifically pointing out Dave, we're just friends. But it's probably been a while since you've updated that particular photo. Does that still represent you? Now, what's the big deal about that? You say, well, it's not that big of a deal, but it's something to talk about. I mean, really, that's you. And if somebody meets you, and you do a video conference with somebody, is that really you? More important, I think, are what you put in your bio section, the About Me section on those social properties. When is the last time you looked at that? When is the last time you took a look at those 140 characters, those 300 characters, whatever they actually are, and did a little scrub? Because here's what you don't realize. While the people who follow you today probably don't go back and look at your profile very often, every single person that follows you, well, I shouldn't say every, the vast majority of people who do choose to follow you, they go to your profile first, and they read. They read for one reason, to make sure you're the right person. To really make sure you are the right person that they wanted to follow in the first place. But they also do read that bio to learn more about you. A lot of people will. When's the last time you updated that? When is the last time you cleaned it up? The links that you have, most bios allow you to put some sort of linking in them, sometimes directly in the bios. Sometimes there is a separate field where you can list one or more websites. When is the last time you cleaned that up? Because I can tell you, I went through recently and did a big following sweep of lots of people. Just on Twitter, but I could have done the same thing on Facebook or TikTok or anything else I chose. LinkedIn specific. Ooh, LinkedIn's a big one. And I can promise you, they were not very current. A lot of the links failed. A depressing number of podcasters and podcasts with accounts still use the words iTunes. It's only been 2 years. Scrub all that stuff out. Take a good, hard look at the way you look to new people. This won't take you 5 minutes. Now, if you're the person that agonizes over what to write, it might take you longer than that, but all I want you to do is clean it up. If you don't have a current picture of yourself, fine. But what I really want you to do is make sure that bio, that about me, that info is right and your links are correct. And you do not use the word iTunes. Apple Podcasts, remember? Are you linking to the right places? Is that really where you want to send people? Whatever you've got up there, is all of that the way you want it to be? That's it. Just go through and do a social scrubbing, because then, as it says in the title, your podcast will be pristine. You will appear the way you want to appear to people. So take the 5 minutes out of your day today per social property that you are active on, and even the ones that you're inactive on, but definitely the ones you are active on. People find you, that you drive, that you talk about, that's on your business card, that's on the bottom of your way too long signature line in your emails. Clean those up. I'm cleaning mine up today. I mean, mine are pretty clean always, but I'm going to double check it. Since I just said it out loud, I'm going to go back and make sure that mine are the way they need to be. I hope you will join me and do the same. Now, as you know, this is the final episode of 2019 for Podcast Pontifications. I am taking a long winter's break during the months of November and December. That doesn't mean that the feed will be empty. I have a few interesting things lined up, some guests, some special materials that will be coming out, so you will still hear from this program from time to time. Might not be me, but it certainly will be filled with good, solid information, more pontificating just from a few different voices. Now, while I'm taking a break from doing the show, I'm not taking a break from life. You can still get on that Flick group that I have, flick.group/podcast pontifications from your mobile device. It's a mobile-only little group. It's free. People are in there. I've got a little less than 100 right now of people that are in there that get involved sometimes and ask questions. It's a good way to keep in touch. Talk to other people. Share your thoughts and ideas. Other pontifications you have. Flick.group/podcast pontifications. You can also still follow all the great stuff that I'm doing on social media. And if you think it's worthy of your support, buymeacoffee.com/evoterra exists. I'll be doubling down on client work. So if you do have some client work for me, if you are a business and you would like some strategic guidance on your podcasting efforts, I got a lot of new clients I've been helping them with, but I've still got room for more. Get in touch with me, evo@podcastlaunch.pro, or go to podcastlaunch.pro and see how my team can help ease the burden, take away a lot of the questions you might have when it comes to podcasting, and do a lot of the work so you can stay focused on your business. That's it. Enjoy, the next few months. But again, more stuff is coming. No abandonment from me. So you'll see really great stuff from me, but in 2020, I shall be back with another podcast, Pontifications. Cheers.